I could for a
My
brief
God.
moment in time, and I was like, oh, we have to see what happens.
We're gonna take a break for a week and then not have any idea what our base is.
Dude, we could take a break for 6 hours and not have any idea what our base is. Oh, man. I'm just going to ride the conveyor belt for a second to see if the, like, smoothing out all the turns made a difference or not. It looks like it might have. We basically just made, like, a little infinite traffic jam. Just put a stop sign right in the middle of our conveyor belt in this.
Man, you straight up need a lot of...
Help.
Oh, man.
I know.
You need a lot of steel in order to make one foundry.
Yeah.
Like, it's already enough to make all the ingots, then you realize, oh crap, these encased industrial beams and the pipes require so many ingots of steel to have already been made. Just pulling this band-aid off for both of us.
You know, every time I've played this, a game, either this game or a game like it, like Factorio, I've always secretly wished that someday somebody's gonna license that Looney Tunes song and it's gonna be the entire time you're playing the game. Yeah. Just the entire time. Oh, were you collecting the steel? Oh, okay, yeah, you had to have been collecting the coal. I was a little worried because it looks like there were some gaps in the poop snake, and I was like, no.
I'm desperately trying to get enough to craft the sheer number of steel ingots I apparently need to smelt by hand.
There is...
It's gonna take a bit.
It is a infinite poop snake. I would not worry about not being able to get enough coal off this boy.
Oh, it's more to do with the fact that I have to manually pick it all up.
Well, just run along and press F.
Oh wait, I can grab 100 directly out of the smelter. I had inventory space.
Nice.
So largely filled up with what I've been doing.
I think that another source of slowdown is that it is coming out of a storage unit. It looks like the storage unit is actually, like, spacing things out a little bit. I don't know. Let me watch this a little bit more and see if this
Check
works.
the storage unit to see if it has any left, because I did drain it earlier.
Oh.
So it might be that it's just that's the rate that they're going in.
Okay. Oh, I think the issue is that it's a faster conveyor belt, so they're gonna look a little bit more spaced out.
Oh right, the whole thing might be getting throttled by the fact that it's going through that thing, because that thing might not move very fast.
That's what I think is the case.
Ah.
And in fact, I mean, we're not even storing any screws in this thing. It's literally just going through and coming out the other side.
Yeah, because it's where we used to retrieve them.
So,
because the point is to be able to let us actually get any if we need them.
Yeah, but we're reaching a point in the game where I don't think we need that anymore. What do you think?
It's all a shit show.
Fair. I mean, I don't think I have any ability to tear out this container. You know? Because there's two containers above it.
Oh, right. That might fuck everything.
I don't think this is not a might type of case here. Okay. The other thing I can do is just, say screw it to the container and just make the conveyor belts connect. Yeah, like, I may just do that, you know? Okay, that's what we're doing.
We have a foundry.
Nice. Turns out all that complaining...
both resources into it.
Yeah, okay. We're not doing that. You're doing that.
Yeah, well... You can do it in spirit.
No.
Spirit.
Okay, we'll tear up that belt. We'll put that in there. And let's see what happens. Well, it looks like the screws are going to be going in fine now. Yep. They also speed up. They speed up as soon as they hit that second tier conveyor belt. So I can't wait to start upgrading.
Everything.
Yeah, upgrading the other conveyor belts so they're not so damn slow. Do we have a whole lot of reinforced iron just sitting around at this point? I would assume absolutely
I keep
not.
grabbing it.
Yeah.
Specifically to deal with all the shit that we're trying to use. What's up?
Generators. Looks like all of our biomass burners are don't have any fuel.
Ah.
It's made up for the fact that we have.
We also
all
may
the
have
coal.
completely moved on from them by now.
Yeah, they're we're done with renewable energy at this point.
Yep. I am out. Oh. I am out of any steel to make tier 2 conveyors with.
So the foundry, you mean reinforced iron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to ramp up like every component of our production.
Just walked straight into the convey.
There we go. Yeah, unfortunately these are all tier 1, I think.
That's fine.
So not going to feed
worry
very
about that later.
fast.
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, what are we gonna do with this? we're gonna store the steel.
For now, I can just have it spit out directly into a thing, just so that it at least makes the stuff.
Okay.
Instead of sitting here not making stuff.
Okay, sounds good. And it just requires the raw stuff. We don't put like ingots or anything like that, right?
I hope. Iron or coal, yeah. So it should have everything it needs once that iron slowly gets there. A lot of what we need to do now is probably scale.
Yeah, I think that it might be worth it to start scaling and start replacing a lot of our conveyor belts. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that our biggest weak point right now by far is our reinforced iron production. So I think that one thing that we can do to get this bootstrapped a little bit is to probably start upgrading the tier 1 conveyor belts along the entire screw assembly. The other thing that we can do is probably just have another assembler for screws.
Oh, does the new path you made for the screws, is the new path you made tier 1?
Most of it is tier 1, yeah, because you were using all the reinforced iron, so I was just making it work.
Yeah, that's definitely slower than anything we had before then.
Exactly.
I think it was all tier 2 a moment ago.
It was not all tier 2. It was tier 1 leading up to the cargo thing. And then tier 2 coming out of it. Well, anyway,
let's see.
I'm just gonna start by upgrading that because I'm pretty sure that's an absolutely essential thing that we need to do.
Yeah, we need that to go faster, and we also just might need a second thing making it.
Yeah, I think that.
Although I did jam a lot of speed boost into it though.
Yeah, I think. Let me just see what happens if we just start upgrading this stuff. You know.
Yeah, it's pretty sped up. So the primary problem right now is just that it's not getting enough. Just not getting enough screws fast enough.
I think that screws just aren't being fed out of it, or yeah, so screws aren't being fed into it, and I think that screws aren't coming out of the assembler fast enough. So I'm gonna upgrade the conveyor belts leading out of the screw assembler, and hopefully
we'll
that
probably
will...
just have to manually craft a bunch of reinforced iron.
That's literally what I've been...
to make any progress.
I am 2 steps ahead of you on that.
Yeah.
That's what I did to get to this point. Okay, let me see if this has made a difference now. It definitely should have. Okay, it looks like, yeah, this basically had the effect of doubling our screw output speed. Now what I'm concerned with is if we've done that, if the screw assembler is going to get enough iron rods to keep up with its production. And it looks like it can. We might want to consider clocking this up then.
Or doubling the, or just building more.
Yeah.
We don't really have a lot of clocking it up options.
Okay, then...
Because we need to, every single one of those crystals is a slug.
Okay. And
like, that's not something we can just craft. We have to discover them the long way.
Okay. It looks like... So that goes down to 9. Let me see something real quick. I'm just gonna do some mental math. Yeah, we're still not pumping screws fast enough into the purple pimp-ass assembler that you set up over here.
The pimp-ass assembler. You're talking about the reinforced iron producer thing?
Yeah. Or, as somebody has lovingly dubbed it, the screw put.
The screw put?
Yeah. Instead of our throughput, our screw put
Yeah.
throughput.
We also
I
got
love it.
these iron ingots that just stop here on this track in midair.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I didn't do anything about it, so I'm blaming you.
Yeah. No, I cut that off because it was going into a building that used to make the screws. So it became useless at the moment, and it needs to be redirected ultimately.
Keith, I'm gonna also point out that when you overclock a building, you have to actually drag the meter over to overclock it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's dragged over.
It wasn't on my end, but maybe
Oh.
that's probably speaking
Maybe.
to the glitches that we've had.
Yeah, it was dragged over on my end, but also it needs to physically get the screws in order to get the benefits of being overclocked anyway.
Yeah, so I think that what we need to do is probably just move on to Mark III conveyor belts.
Yeah, that's one thing that can help. Oh yeah, it's time to pick a new research.
Yeah.
Which will be that. Cause
Cool. I'll pick it.
Yep.
It's literally our only option here.
Yeah, it's our only option right now. Period.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
How
start
are we
loading
still
it up.
we're still putting cables and wires into things, which is just kind of funny to me.
Yeah,
Like they're such minor components.
and we have metric ass loads.
We have we have a thing that just constantly fills itself with those because we don't need them for anything besides research.
Okay, I have the wire. I'll put the wires in.
I got the cables.
Cool.
Cool. Now we need to make motors and reinforce. And modular frames, which are also the same things we need to make to send to the base. Those. So we still need to. We need to make buildings that actually craft those, so we can actually send them to the moon base thing, or the space elevator.
For now, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and handcraft those things, just because I think that'll be more beneficial to us.
Yeah.
To
But I'm sticking with the rule of not handcrafting stuff that we put in the space elevator.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Part of it's that the requirements for how many they want are usually low enough that you could just handcraft them, but then we would never have to make them ever via the factory that is the whole game.
Fair. Are we making steel pipes yet?
No, we haven't made anything with steel yet, I don't think. I think
okay.
it's literally just set up to like, we can just make them back here and stuff, but yeah, right now it's just making steel ingots and jamming them in a box.
Okay.
How far we've gotten down the process.
I'm gonna start taking some of that, and then I'm gonna work towards just handcrafting the stuff that we need for now, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that I want to get us the Logistics Mark III to get us onto the conveyor belts sooner rather than later, because it's going to be really hard to know how we want to scale without that information available to us, you know? I am totally talking to you in business mode, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed, but this is literally
I'm
the way
basically ignoring you.
That's fine. That's fucked up. Because this is the one time you're actually getting me, like, fully engrossed in a game without trying to troll you.
No, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that you definitely said a bunch of words that didn't actually say anything.
No. I'm saying that we're not going to know how we want to scale up our production until we've done Mark III conveyor belts, because we're not going to know what our weak points are.
Synergy.
Do you want me to write a doc on this? I mean, I can escalate this to upper management if it's going to be that big of a deal to you.
Oh my god.
Don't think I can't do this. Oh, I can do this.
I don't think you can do that, actually. There's, like, context that has to happen, like me being employed and at all, technically.
Bird, learn how to shift click. I don't drive with a stick shift. You think I'm gonna learn how to shift click? Yeah.
Must chop down, must destroy nature. It's in my way. There we go. Take that, nature. I'm gonna double our foundry, because we're getting plenty of iron and coal in right now.
That's pretty badass. I wonder why you would ever want to use reinforced iron in like a realistic sense if you have access to steel.
The iron lobby.
Which is a part of the steel lobby? I don't know. Okay. Have you noticed that the longer you hold down the craft button, the interface actually changes over time to symbolize that you're like that the stuff is heating up.
Hypercrafting?
Yeah.
You've engaged in ultimate crafting mode.
Not bad,
Deluxe.
kid. So you know how we were saying we weren't ever using the wires? We have damn near exhausted the wires now as a part of this process.
For now.
We're gonna need to really, really heavily amp up our wire production if we want to start automating the creation of motors.
Oh boy. Well, it's about time copper had something to do.
Yeah, really.
Because it's just been fucking sitting there going into a box the entire game. Exciting day for copper.
You're right. You're right.
As opposed to like freaking Factorio, where you can never finish making enough copper wire and electronic circuits.
Oh, I know. That was
500 things.
That was the most annoying part of Factorio, honestly, was like on our main bus just having just a disgusting amount of green circuits going everywhere.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, you really can't just attach a splitter to an existing track, can you? You really have to like
yeah,
run
you
the
have
track
to dig it
to
up.
the thing.
That sucks.
Yep.
It's truly amazing what verticality adds to the density over Factorio. You assumed when we started we would immediately run out of space. I mean, Keith, you could speak to that too. Like, damn, it makes a big difference. It
makes
awesome.
it way worse for us to some extent because we don't. By now, we would have run out of space and had to change something.
Yeah, we
But
would have had
instead,
to
we're
adapt.
just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep going this way.
I know, it's fantastic. We don't ever
Never
have
to learn from our mistakes. We can just keep building
Exactly.
up over our mistakes.
Exactly.
Pave over them, like Shinra.
Do people even get that reference anymore? Hey, Final Fantasy VII Remake's
I never
coming
even
out
played
soon.
the game.
Isn't the Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out pretty soon?
No.
Oh.
They announced the idea of it like years ago, and it's never had any updates, basically.
Really? I thought you could start pre-ordering it already.
That doesn't necessarily mean much. As far as I've heard, there's been no updates of any kind for like a very long time about that game, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's going to be episodic, so gross.
No.
Yep. You have the chance to buy a remaster one episode at a time of a game that came out years ago.
Damn it.
With reinterpreted story, not a remake of the story, a new version of the story entirely by people who didn't make the original one and think they know better. And all new modern Final Fantasy combat instead of the stuff you actually like.
Oh, you can buy the copy of the original on the Switch. That's the thing that came out recently. I mean, I'd honestly potentially do it. I'm a slut for that game.
People like that game.
Yeah.
It's just, the combat's gonna be garbage.
No, please
Almost
be
certainly.
good. Please be good, Final Fantasy.
It's from the modern Square Enix that hasn't made good combat in a game for like 15 years.
Please be good. That's
The
all
fact
I
that they're
need.
changing the combat's like super worrying news.
I know. It had such a great combat system. It was so simple. It had the materia system, which is amazing. Like, I mean, honestly, the materia system is just so good, and no other game has come close to, like, replicating that. It's really, like, lightning in a bottle, in my opinion.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they thought they caught lightning in a bottle, which is why they made 3 games for her.
Yeah. Square. Blech.
I'm so tired of lightning. I can't believe how successful that character was without it being a character.
Who, Kludstruf?
No, lightning.
Oh, yeah. I don't have
They got a
any opinions on
trilogy,
her.
one of which was literally called Lightning Returns, because that's the amount of hype that they thought she deserved, is that they named the game after the fact that Lightning's back in this one. I just hated it so much.
Lightning Returns sounds like the name of a Sonic game. To find out that's a Final Fantasy game is like, no.
Yep.
I beg of you, why? I can hold the space bar instead of click holding.
There we go.
Oh. That'll very, very slightly increase my productivity. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. All the stuff... Okay, I need to paint all of this stuff black. Because it makes steel, which is black. Logic. I'm gonna make this stuff easy to track. Ish. Or
That'll
it'll
be
just
good.
glitch out when I
That'll
try to paint it.
facilitate
Cool, I love that it won't work.
That'll facilitate good communications across all of our subsystems.
How dare you?
What?
How dare you say these things? There are children here.
It'll move us towards automation goals for our Q2.
Oh.
We need to be thinking about how to scale up our business, that's all.
Oh, bird, talk fiscal quarters to me.
You touch my Q2.
Ew. Hey everyone, it's Q2Pi.
Oh god, no.
I don't think we can paint tracks at all. No.
He's...
Yeah, some stuff just won't paint. It just doesn't work, which is unfortunate, because then I'm awkwardly left with patches of orange buildings in the middle of a chain. I'm trying to make the through line from point A to point B of like where it starts to where it goes all one continuous color, like all the buildings involved in the process. For like here's the ones that are all involved in making reinforced iron, and here's the one that makes steel, and so on. Because then we can follow it in the spaghetti.
Yeah.
By following
that
the
actually
color
makes
buildings.
a lot of sense. And you don't even need to like use unique colors for everything. You just need to have them be different colors. You know.
But sometimes it doesn't work, and also it's a lot of confetti to deal with. And then you have questions about what to do when it branches. It's its own additional question of what you want to do when something branches in a bunch of different directions. Ah, shit. Keep getting thrown off by the interface. The yellow?
I need more.
Let's make all of
iron
storage
rods.
bright ass yellow.
Dude, manufacturing all this stuff has been actually way more time consuming than I expected. Between now and the
Like-
last time I handcrafted a bunch of things, it got way more resource intensive.
Oh yeah,
intensive.
no. I just made the stuff to make those 2 steel mills, and it was just a pain. We definitely don't want
Luckily,
to do
we're
anything
working on
by hand
different
anymore.
tasks right now.
Yeah.
We're able to paralyze our work to
even
promote.
garishly brighter.
Yeah, we're able to. If we paralyze our work, we'll have a greater velocity on our goals.
Now all of our energy, now all of our green energy is very green.
Nice.
Too green, one might say. It's also not, none of it's turned on, so whatever. Oh no, we're
What? Power consumption issues?
I'm looking at our graph, and it gets close to capped pretty often.
Well, we have a bunch of generators that we're just straight up not using. Can we, use them?
Well, the issue is we have to manually feed those, so I probably would want to just make more coal power.
Uh-huh.
Maybe by finding another coal location and scaling that place up.
I mean, okay.
Or I can check. I might want to check the previous coal place to see if it can be optimized more, or if like when you rerouted some of it, it might have like created like an efficiency problem or something.
Yeah, you can go ahead and check that out if you feel like it.
And if I can't optimize that place, I'll probably make another coal place. Because dear lord, the last thing I want is for our base to shut down again. And then have to manually feed things until it works.
I know. I don't want that to happen. Okay, we're good to go. I am launching the logistics thing.
Milestone reached.
We can't even afford to make the tier 2 tracks, and we're like, tier 3 researched.
It's fine. What are the things you need to make, what the fuck is that? It costs a steel beam. Alright.
Steel beams are easy.
Well, that's all you need to do. That's literally the only resource you need to make a
Mark
M3.
3?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh shit. We can just skip Mark 2 then.
Yeah,
because I think we already have more.
Yeah.
I think we already have more steel production than we ever had iron production. Partly because it's so much simpler.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, there's a reason. There's a very strong reason why I wanted to shoot for Mark 3 was because I knew it would give us something like this. Potentially. I didn't actually know that, but I'm going to claim that.
Just need to have a lot of power so we don't have the whole place shut down. I'm almost back. It's a long trek. The scary thing is that any other coal places I check out will be further away.
I'm not gonna lie, every time you say coal place, I think of Smash Mouth. It's a coal place. It just gets colder.
Bundle up now, wait till you get colder. There's just like straight up like a weird... Yeah, there's just straight up global warming messages in the middle of that song. Just kind of shows up.
I mean, has anyone ever used it to guide policy?
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they should.
Maybe it's why people are slowly becoming more aware over time, is because they grew up listening to Smash Mouth.
I think there's another
The Shrek memes are secretly going to save us all.